Welcome back to the Circuit Revival, where today we're going to take a look at this Breville Blend Active Color Mix Family Blender. So it came as a job lot of different products. I don't really know what's wrong with it, but it looks like it's one of these sort of like smoothie makers, and it's got some sort of like cups that attach to it, which is quite cool. So let's see what we've got in the box. So there's the kind of bottle things, and a few smaller ones, and then the actual unit here. So it's a bit dirty, so I'm guessing this has been used before. That looks like just other bottles, so we'll get those out of the way. And I suppose this is sort of what we're paying attention to. So you can see there's sort of some grubbiness on it. So I don't know what's wrong with this, but we'll start with the obvious points, which is the fuse and the plug here. So we'll just pop the fuse out. Get our multimeter into continuity, which is the mode that beeps when we have a complete circuit. And we'll just go to either side of the fuse here. And the fuse is fine. So that's all good. We're not shorted between the positive and neutral there. So we'll plug this in and see what it does. It's a fairly short cable attached to this, in all fairness. I expected it to possibly be a bit longer. So we'll plug that in, and I suppose we'll probably need to attach one of these bottles on to trigger a sensor so it knows it's got something on it. And okay, so you can see the issue here. The motor spins, but the actual blade doesn't. So okay, I think I can possibly see why that is already. So I think this unit here looks like it's actually supposed to be attached to this. Okay, let's try that again. Yeah, so this looks broken, so I don't know whether this is going to be fixable, in all fairness, because it looks like it's worn down. So there's some sort of like grooves in the bottom of this, which look like they're supposed to fit into the grooves in here. So what we can do is see whether is this part actually spinning, or is it just the motor inside? So there's like a little switch here by the looks of things, like a catch that will trigger when you've actually got the base on there, so it doesn't spin without it on there. But we're just going to press this down for now and see, is this part actually spinning? Okay, so that part is spinning. So the issue is with this section here, and the fact it looks all sort of rounded off and broken makes me think it's not going to be fixable. Yeah, I'll have a look and see what this is supposed to look like, and whether there's any parts that get replaced, and see if I can work out whether it's this part that's broken or this part that's broken. Something tells me it's probably this bit here, because it looks like there's a bunch of shavings on it, and I feel like these like fins are supposed to be a bit taller. So I'll just take a look into this and I'll jump back in a second. Okay, so I've done some searching around, and it looks like the bit that's broken is the actual blade section itself. So basically these the fins on here are supposed to be a bit taller. You can see where they've sheared off already, and basically that is meaning that it's not causing, which explains why this also has a bunch of like dust on it where it's worn down. You can see that these have actually worn down a bit as well. But I think, in all fairness, if this was right, these would still function as they are, even though they are worn down slightly. And basically it's not really worth fixing. A replacement blade here is about the same price as buying the whole unit again. So sadly, this one will probably just get set by the wayside for now. And I think we'll probably have to just call this one a no fix. Not because it's not fixable, but it's just not economical to fix, really. The blade itself is about 18 quid. I think you can buy the unit itself for about 20. So if you had a use for it in the future, it might be worth it if you used it all the time. But at that point, you probably are better off just buying a new one. So sadly, this one does also go down as a no fix there. And that makes that 14 to 6. Thanks for watching. And sorry this one wasn't very interesting, but we'll see you in the next one.